Erasmus evening.
Hello everyone, this is second audition Erasmus evening. Welcome, Gabriela Jelonek speaking, and last time we were talking about university. We were visiting with our guests, friends which are on Erasmus here, Sofia in Bulgaria and Kiev in Ukraine. Today we will go a little bit closer to our neighbors, to Germany. Hello.
Hello. My name's Cassandra, and as you already mentioned, I'm from Germany, but at the moment I'm studying here at Adam Mickiewicz University.
And from which city exactly you're from in Germany? Where are you living?
For me, this is always a difficult question. Well, originally I was born in Mainz. As I've heard in Polish, it's Moguncja, but no one knows this translation. But I have also studied in Freiburg, which is close to the French-Swiss border. And before I came here to Poland, I was studying in Frankfurt, Oder, so close to the river Oder. But I was living in Berlin, so it's quite confusing.
So exactly, to be sure, where are you studying now? Of course, I'm not asking about Poznań. Your mother university.
My home university now is Frankfurt, Oder. Yes.
Okay. So a little bit close to our border.
Yeah, actually, that's why I chose this university, because I moved to Berlin and I started studying at Humboldt University, which is a quite known university, but it doesn't have so many courses about Poland, which I was mostly interested in. So I changed to Frankfurt Oder University because, and that's why I'm here, they have this great program which is called double diploma, and you can study in Frankfurt and here in Poznań. And they also have the Collegium Polonicum in Słubice, which is on the other side of the Oder. And so, yeah, I was studying there for 1 year and now I'm here.
So when you come to Poland? Last year?
Yeah, I came here at the beginning of this year, so in February 2014.
So almost 1 year you're here in Poznań studying. And why you choose Poland? Why you are interested in Polish culture? You have some Polish family or something?
Yeah, basically this is the question I've heard, like I cannot count how many times already, but I have to say that I have no Polish roots. I mean, I was trying to find some, but unfortunately I didn't. So why I came to Poland in the first place was like a coincidence, because when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I knew that I want to go abroad, and I saw that my university has an exchange program with Warsaw University, and I had never been to Poland before, and I thought this is like a good occasion to go there, and I quickly decided to go to Poland. I started learning Polish. I was in Warsaw and I really liked it, and I think the moment I came to Poland first, I fell in love with the country, and since then I love everything about the country, the culture, people, politics, everything, basically.
You love Polish politics. I think that all of our listeners are laughing now. And this is quite strange, because most of your friends, German students, want to go to some tropical country, some exotic place. Why didn't you want to go to Spain, to Portugal, to Italy, for example?
Well, for me, Poland is quite an exotic place. I mean, now not so much anymore, but in the first place it was really, I think it was more interesting for me to go to Poland, because as you mentioned, to Italy, to Spain, I always went on vacation with my parents to these countries. So I really wanted to try something new, and as I was born in Mainz, which is in the western part of Germany, I didn't have so much contact with the country or people from that country, and so for me it was something that seemed to be necessary to go to Poland, because it's so close to our country and I did not know anything about it.
like most of the people, I think, because it's true that we Polish people want to know everything about Greek culture, about old Italy, and we don't know what's happening in Germany, for example, in Czech Republic, in Slovakia, on the west and east of our country. And that's good. I'm really happy that you come here, and we will come back to our speech after a short music break. What do you choose for us?
I chose Weinst du by Echt. It is a band that was very famous in the 90s, and now they do not exist anymore, but it's like a song that is connected to my childhood, and that's why I chose it. And I think the melody is nice, so also for people who don't understand the language, and the translation of the song is "Are you crying?"
Okay, we are not crying, maybe because of the laugh or because we are happy. No, now listen to German song. With me in our studio in Radio Meteor is our friend from Germany, Cassandra. We are talking about students' life, about universities, and you are studying in Frankfurt, right?
Yes.
I remember well. And what field of study you are studying?
In Frankfurt, I am studying European studies, and the focus lies on political sciences.
So you have two fields of studies?
No, it's like here in Poznań you have like one subject and you have a specialization. So my subject is European studies, and the specialization, as you can say, is political sciences.
Okay, and you're studying bilingual, right?
Yes. Well, this is like the normal studies, and then you can choose different options. And I chose the option which is called double diploma, like dva diploma. And it means that I just normally studied what I just mentioned in Frankfurt. And for the second part of the studies, I came here to Poznań to study international relations. So stosunki międzynarodowe, and if I do that successfully, it means that at the end I will get a diploma from Poznań University and from Frankfurt University.
And how long it takes to make these two diplomas in one time?
Well, it takes 2 years, like a normal master degree, but I think I will take for me it will take a little longer.
And normally in Germany you have also classes in Polish or not?
Rather not. I mean, at Frankfurt University it's possible to choose courses in Polish, but it's not obligatory.
Okay, and now I want to take our listeners to Frankfurt and tell us something about your university, some history, maybe some legend if you have.
Well, the university is a very new university, and I think the most interesting thing about it is that it's called European University. So in its name, it's the word Europe, and this is also it quite good explains what the like concept of the university is about. It's about getting together, about having double diplomas. We do not only have like a cooperation with Poznań, we also have one with Istanbul and with Strasbourg. And so I feel like the university is more interested in intercultural relations. As it's so close to the Polish-German border, it of course organizes different things to get to know our neighbors, because at the university there are not only students who are primarily interested in Poland, but it often happens that people study law, for example, and then they start their studies in Frankfurt, and somehow they also start studying Polish because maybe they are living with a Polish guy or girl at the student's house. So I think this is the most interesting thing about the university.
This university has some background from European Union, or this is just the name?
It is the name, but also they have different programs where they get money from European Union. So as they are trying to get money from the funds the European Union has.
Okay, and the other question: do you have your patron there, or just the name is like European University? Like for example, our patron is Adam Mickiewicz, our poet, and there.
Well, our patron is Europe. No, basically.
Personalization.
Basically, I have no idea. I hope that no one from Frankfurt is listening. Maybe I have to check up again, and then I will tell you in a minute if we have a patron or not.
Okay, so now let's make another music break. Now, which song?
This
why?
time it's nothing about crying. It's a song by Crow. It's called Easy. So easy, as you can probably understand. It's an international word. And Crow is a very young rapper, and he's known for his mask that he's always wearing when he's performing, and it's a panda.
Panda guy.
Like the panda is
like animal.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yesterday I was laughing because someone told me that panda has the worst life because it's black, white, and Asian at the same time, and it's fat also. So poor animal.
Yeah. So it would be interesting to ask Crow why he chose this animal. I don't know, but maybe now we can listen to the song and. It might be that we get some hints.
Oh, panda is super cute at the same time. So let's listen to guy who performs as a panda. Easy, we found information about European University Viadrina in Frankfurt by other. So now, when it started working?
It was founded in 1991, but it goes back to its roots that the university has in the 16th century, because there was the first university in Brandenburg, Alma Mater Viadrina, and Viadrina is one part of our university's name, because the whole name is European University Viadrina in Frankfurt-Oder.
And it doesn't have patron.
Yeah, it doesn't have a patron.
Yes. And now I want to ask you about campus in Germany. Here in Poland, for example, in Poznań, we have like Campus Morasko, but there is no student city. By now. It will be in the future because they want to build it, and our dormitories are in all of the city. How it looks in Frankfurt?
Frankfurt University only has it doesn't have a lot of faculties. It has the Faculty of Cultural Studies, the Faculty of Law, Faculty of Economics, and there is also maybe a fourth faculty, something like medical faculty. So as the city is quite small, you can to some extent consider the whole city as like a student city, because there are many students living, but it's not a campus in the original meaning. But the faculties are really close to each other, and the dormitories are close as well. So there is kind of a student's life. The problem the university has is that many students, like me, live in Berlin. So those students who are actually living in Frankfurt and are deciding to live there have a lot of cafes or clubs and they meet there. So I think it's like a small student village. Additionally, there are students living in Słubice. So on both sides of the river you have like small student cities, villages.
And how long is the distance from Berlin to Frankfurt?
By train it's about an hour.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, that's why people decide to live in Berlin, because it's the capital. There's so much going on, and in Frankfurt, I think if you're studying your bachelor's degree, it's a nice possibility to understand the university system and to get to know people quickly, because in Berlin it's very possible that you are so much involved in city life that you don't really have time to think about university life. So it has advantages and disadvantages.
And in general, how it looks in dormitories in Germany? You are more able to studying there or more able to partying?
Well, I was living in a dormitory in Freiburg in my first semester, and I have to say it was more partying than studying, because on my floor there were 8 people living, and we all shared one kitchen together, and there were people from Germany but also Erasmus students or students from the United States. So I remember that once I had an exam, and the day before the exam there was a big party in our kitchen, so it was not very possible for me to prepare myself for the exam. That's why I decided to move out, because of course it was fine to party there for like the first semester, but then I realized that if I stay there then it won't go well with my studies.
I thought that you decided to join to the party that time because it was impossible to study. But now we are breaking some stereotype about German students, that you are always studying everywhere in your dormitories and when it's all possible, but not. You are also studying in dormitories, so if you want to go on Erasmus to Germany, don't think a lot of time. There is also Erasmus life, as you said, and parties in the kitchen. Because in Poland we have something like, it's stereotype that when you are going for Erasmus to Germany, you have to study hard, because as you always says, Ordnung muss sein.
Yeah, well, I think it's quite the opposite, or let's put it like that, it's your choice. If you want to party on your Erasmus time in Germany, then it's very possible. If you want to study, then it's also possible. I think it's more about the fact that you have to get 30 ECTS points, and if you go to Germany, then you rather study in German and not in English. And I think this is maybe where it's coming from. But I think Germany is more than just the phrase Ordnung muss sein.
Yes, I think that is perfect place, because you have a lot of people from different cultures there, because everyone wants to come to Germany because they know that there is future, there are universities when you have to study and you'll have a good education there. That's why you can meet there people from all of the world.
Yeah, actually, it's quite true. If you take Berlin as an example, but not only Berlin, also most other cities, you do Erasmus in Germany, but it feels like you're doing Erasmus in the world, because as you mentioned, there are people from all over the world, there are restaurants from all over the world, parties with different topics. So basically you can find everything there, not only German culture, music and German people.
I can tell you some private story. For example, my cousin, she was studying in Cologne, a Polish girl, studying in Germany. She met Italian guy. They married and they are living in Germany now. So it's like international couple in different places that their mother countries.
It's very funny that you mentioned that, because just recently I read statistics from the European Union where it was said that there are more and more international couples that met during Erasmus. So if you are in your country and you're single and you want to find a person from another country, let's go to Germany or to another country in the framework of Erasmus, and you will find someone.
It's possible. Okay, now I want to ask you about our university, because you are here almost 10 months. And what do you like, what do you dislike here?
You mean in comparison to my home university? Well, first of all, I really like how students know each other, and they are helping each other, because at my university it's more anonymous. You have different seminars, you go there and then you go home, and I feel like here you always meet the same people, you have friends at university, you go to other students' organizations together. If you weren't present in the lecture, you can ask for their notes, and this is something I really like about university life here. Maybe this is something which is very different from Germany. Also, I like here that I feel like the studies are more practically orientated, because at my university it's more like you're going very deep into one topic, but sometimes it's difficult to see how it's helping you for your future life. So this is something I also like about Poznań University.
You mean you have more useful information here?
In that sense that here for example, last semester I had one course and it was about EU funds. And for example, if you want to work for European Union, which I think is the goal of the studies here, then it helps you a lot, because you learn everything about European Union, facts, programs, and it's easy to use this knowledge later when you're working.
And what do you dislike? For sure, here we have that things.
Yeah, so as I said, there are a lot of advantages of this way of studying. I think there's also the disadvantage here that you have, let's put it like that, no freedom of choice if it comes to the courses you have to take, because here you have like a timetable and everything is obligatory, and you cannot choose between various seminars or lectures. So it reminds me a bit of school, and this is something we don't have in Germany. It's rather that there are some things that are obligatory, but mostly you have various seminars or lectures and you can choose between them. And also here for me it's difficult to do research, as there are books they don't have at the library, especially if it comes to English speaking books in English language, I mean.
Yeah, it's a really big problem. We see it as Polish students also. But here now we break another stereotype. In Poland, in Polish universities, we have more order with childhood than you. Because as you says, we are obligatory to be on every classes every time, and you can choose it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's make a short break again. Now, what?
Now we're listening to Clouseau. The song is called Chicago, and he is also very known German artist who is active for about 10 years already, and this song is a bit older, but it's a very nice one, I think. And it's about, well, the story again, like the first song, is maybe not the happiest one, because it's about a girl that is addicted to drugs and considers Chicago as the place of freedom.
Sie ist immer da, wo was los ist, immer mitten in der Stadt. Dort, wo die kleine Welt ganz groß ist, sieht sie sich an den Lichtern satt.
Cassandra, what surprised you here in Poland, in Poznań?
Well, a lot of things were surprising, maybe also because I didn't think about it before. But one thing that was really surprising for me was the Wielka Gala, which was held last semester, and that's something we really don't have at my university, like an evening where professors get prizes for, like, maybe the best professor or the funniest professor, the cutest professor, and that everyone was dressed up, and later on both teachers, like professors and students, were taking pictures together, were kind of drinking together. Yeah, this is something that never happens in Germany, and it is also a sign of the relationship between professors and students here. But at the same time, if you have lectures, then I feel like the relations between professors and students are quite different than as it was at Wielka Gala. So this is something striking for me, but also something very interesting.
And in general, in Poland as a country, something happened that you didn't expect?
No, I cannot think of something that I didn't expect, but also maybe it's due to the fact that I've been to Poland many times before, so I kind of already know how people are and how the country looks like. But if I think about my first visit in Poland, so when I was studying at Warsaw University, for me it was something completely new, that it doesn't matter at university, in a restaurant, or at the tram station, that men are always opening the door for women, or they're waiting until the girls or women have entered the tram. So I remember that this was something really interesting for me, and I was trying to open the door for men, but actually it wasn't possible.
It's nice that you have surprise like that, really kind. And now I want to ask about differences at universities, your and our. For example, how long are classes in Germany?
I think this is the same. Classes do last 1.5 hours, in both in Germany and in Poland, which is different is the fact that students here in Poznań are way younger than students in Germany. It's funny for me because I feel like here at Poznań University I'm one of the oldest students, whereas in Germany I'm...
But you don't look like...
I know, I've heard that I look like I'm 18, which...
That's good.
Yes. Whereas in Germany it's pretty normal that students are 28, 29, maybe sometimes even 30. So this is one of the differences I see here.
If I can ask, you are now on 5th year of studies, right?
Yes.
Last of master.
Yes.
And how old are you?
I turned 25 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so you are just 1 year older than normally Polish students going to study. So it's not that much, come on.
Yeah, that's true, but it also happens that here I'm studying with students that are on a 4th year or on another year, because I have to do some things here that I didn't do in Germany. So sometimes it happens that people there are like 21. Yeah, and normal, and as you mentioned, it's not that much of an age difference. But in Germany, everyone has classes together. So maybe there's one person that has 22 years and one that has 28 years. So this is maybe one of the things that people that have different ages are together in one group, whereas here you are more 1 year and you have all courses together.
And how about exams? Because when I was on my Erasmus in Spain, and that was surprising for me that no one is wearing really elegant for the exams. Everyone was in Japanese shoes, in sandals, in some just normal t-shirts. And how is in Germany?
Yeah, I think in Germany it's more like it is in Spain. We do not dress up for exams. And I remember that last semester I knew about the fact that you should wear nice clothes when you have your exam, but the day of my first exam I forgot. And I was really in a rush, so I didn't brush my hair and I was wearing shitty clothes. And then I was entering the room where the exam was taking place, and I was like, shit, why did I forget about it? Will it have influence on my marks now? Well, I think it didn't have, but yeah, we don't dress up, and especially at Frankfurt University, it's also possible that you do not go to university when you have exams, because we now very often have online exams.
I'm surprised, because when I was talking with other students from Erasmus program, this tradition with wearing elegant clothes for exams is only in Poland. Come on.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you go to law faculty in Germany, they dress up too. I don't know. But I've just heard about this in Poland too. Maybe in Ukraine they also dress up, as I've heard, but I don't know.
Olga told us that no.
Okay, so then
it's
weeks. Something you only have in Poland. Which is maybe something nice.
Exotic.
Yes, that's why I chose to come here, because I wanted to have something exotic.
Okay, now let's listen something German. What now?
I hope that you do not have enough of German songs. Now we will listen to one song that is called Anna. Like the German version. In Polish it would be Anna. And it's by Freundeskreis. It is a group of friends, as the name says, and one person of this group is Max Herre, who's also a very famous artist, and once again it's a bit of an older song, but it's very famous, and it's about two people, how they are meeting for the first time, and how the guy remembers how Anna looked like when they first met.
So it's a love song.
Yes.
Let's listen.
Immer wenn es regnet, muss ich an dich denken, wie wir uns begegnet, kann mich nicht ablenken, nass bis auf die Haut, so stand sie da, dumm und schwarz laut und wir kamen.
Cassandra Becker, right?
Yes.
I don't know if the pronunciation is good. Is our guest. This is a girl from Germany studying here in Poznań. And in what languages you are studying here now?
Here I study in Polish, as it is obligatory to study in Polish in the framework of this double degree. I also have 1 or 2 lectures in English, but mainly in Polish.
This is difficult, come on.
Yes, it's so difficult. But that was one of the reasons why I came to Poland again, because I had studied a Polish language in Germany and I wanted to check how it is now, if I can communicate in Polish. And now there is no other way. I have to do everything in Polish, and I feel like this is the only way to learn the language. And it is so difficult still for me. I have, of course, problems with understanding, but also with speaking. I mean, your endings, your końcówki, they're like crazy.
Yeah, I'm really impressed because Cassandra is speaking really well in Polish, that's true. And I have to tell you, she's making a program in Polish in our radio. When exactly?
I had my first audition this week, and the next audition will be on next Thursday in Polish. And I have to prepare myself and repeat all the vocabularies I will need, and then I hope it will work out the way I want it to work out.
It's every time at 6 p.m. The program is Studencki Magazyn Miejski. So listen to it 2 hours with Cassandra and someone else. I think that every time it's changed to the other speaker. But still, it's super cute when you're speaking in Polish with your accent still. I love that, really. And all your exams are in Polish?
Yes, all my exams are in Polish. Last semester I asked some professors if I can write an essay in English instead, but I think this time I will try to write all the exams in Polish, and some of them will be held orally, so this is also a way of checking how it works with my Polish now.
And they said yes, you could write it in English?
Yes, they said yes to it, because for me writing is still the hardest thing in Polish, and it takes so much time. And it was very nice that they agreed to that, and it helped me a lot.
That's good that we have professors that can help you and even give you the opportunity to write an essay in English, because, for example, in Spain, in Madrid, it wasn't possible. They didn't want and it was a little bit hard for me. But still, I had to learn the language and do my best to pass all the exams. And you are also working here in Poznań. What are you doing?
Yes, I just recently started working at a language school. It's called Contact Language School. They have various languages, for example, German, but also Spanish language. And I really enjoy working there because on the one hand I can teach German language and culture, but on the other hand the communication with the staff there is in Polish, which is once again a good exercise for me to improve my Polish. And I'm really happy that I got this job because it's nice to live in a foreign country, to study there in Polish and to work there. So it really gave me a good feeling, and now I do not feel like I'm only an Erasmus student, but also a full member of the city.
And what are you planning after the studies? Going back to Germany or maybe stay here?
It's a good question. I haven't really decided yet. I can imagine living in Poland for some years, But I think I still see myself in Germany, but I'm really hoping that I will have the possibility to use Polish language at work. So I consider myself now as like an ambassador of Poland. So my aim is to go back to Germany and to tell Germans that Poland is like a really nice modern country, and it has way more than the stereotypes we often hear in Germany.
That sounds good, really good plan. And now I want to ask you about students' culture. At the university, you have some students' media, maybe you have some scientist circles where young students are working with some scientist projects or not?
In Germany, we have like various opportunities. I think like you have here in Poznań, we also have students, TV, radio, newspaper, and other organizations. I guess everything you can imagine. But I have to say that at my university in Frankfurt, I don't really know so much about it, because that is one of the disadvantages. As I'm living in Berlin, I study there, but then I rather go home because I know that I have to be on the train for 1 hour. So for me it's difficult to say which organizations they have exactly, but I think there is a lot.
Okay, now it's time for the last German song.
Yeah,
No?
for the last song I picked Die Fantastischen Vier, which is the band, and the song is called Dida. And Die Fantastischen Vier, like it means the Fantastic Four. It's the band that made hip-hop popular in Germany. And it was Dida was one of their first famous songs, and it means something. It's difficult to translate, but it means something like her who is there. And it's about like guys being somewhere, maybe in a club, and talking about the girl or one girl in particular, and the guys are asking the other guy, now who is it exactly, where's the girl you're interested in? Thank you for inviting me. I hope that you want to hear me next Thursday, I think, together.
Erasmus evening.